Welcome to the Red Carpet Report. We are back, and it feels like a minute since we've recorded.
I feel like it has been a minute.
But we are your backstage pass
to celebrity book clubs, book adaptations, and new book releases. We're your hosts.
I'm Kirsten.
And I'm Jackie.
And this feels kind of crazy. So we pre-recorded all of our June episodes because we were getting the kids to overnight camp and we had trips, and each of us had an 8th grader that was graduating, and it was really hectic. And now we're back for one pre-recorded episode. No,
this is going to be like a quick turnaround.
We have to do this very quickly. Tomorrow I have surgery, and so I've got to have this done, recorded, edited, and ready to go live, which I should be post-op at this point by the time you're listening to it.
Yeah, and the next one will be, we just discussed, filming, in our PJs.
Right, because I'm still going to be on rest. So
right.
Pajamas and reclined. So get ready for that next week. But this week, we've got lots and lots and lots of fun news to talk about. So let's get into the red carpet rundown.
I know what you want to talk about first.
Can we talk about it?
Yeah, we can.
Jenny Han was at the royal wedding.
The royal wedding.
American royalty got married this weekend. I was glued to my phone, and I did not have Jenny Han on the bingo card.
That is so cool. I love the fact that Taylor was like, listen, I am not making a small guest list. I'm just going to invite everybody. And I love that Jenny Han was there.
Here's why I love Jenny Han being there, because she's such a girly. She's a book girly, but she wrote these lovely stories that we all love. We all loved The Summer I Turned Pretty, and Taylor's music in that series was instrumental to creating the mood. Taylor doesn't lend out her music for any of these rights very easily, and she campaigned for it and got it, and they are synonymous with each other now. And the fact that she was like, you know what? Come to my wedding.
I love that.
Jenny Han, there's no way she predicted that she was going to Taylor's wedding.
That's amazing. I feel like the Jenny Han books are a little bit the book version of so many of Taylor's earlier songs, right?
Totally. That the whole 1989 album could be Jenny Han's books, and those Fearless, all of those.
Yeah.
They're perfect matches. I love it. I cannot imagine all her author friends are like, Jenny, what? Because you had to keep it a secret.
I know.
Which is wild. I hope she talks about it someday. Truly.
I want to see a documentary of her wedding, and I hope that's what she did. I hope she had all of her own film people in there. I hope she turned it into a documentary. I hope we are going to see from the beginning of planning until the very end, and it's going to be a movie.
I'd be into it.
I want that so badly.
I would so be into that. I feel like people would give her shit about it, and her fans would be like, thank you. We have been there from the beginning. We love her love.
The best part is, though, have you seen the clip that they gave to Travis saying, who would you love? Who would you
kiss, marry, kill? Yes.
Yeah, and he said that he would kiss Taylor but marry Katy Perry.
I know. And then Katy Perry was at his wedding. Wild. The next one, the one I'm very excited about, we'll get into some more minor stuff, but 5-Star Weekend. I'm so excited about this because our book friends Meg and Katie are coming to watch this with us this week while I'm recuperating. We're all going to be in our PJs watching this mini series based on the Elin Hilderbrand book.
I know. And it's such a perfect pick for summer. It's the perfect release date after all the craziness of the last weekend and the 250th anniversary of this country. And now we get to go and just sit and chill and
on the beach in Nantucket and watch this show starring your best friend.
My best friend, Jennifer Garner. Okay, this one I'm so excited about. I cannot wait. They're redoing Little House on the Prairie. I'm so excited. I hope it's good.
I know. First of all, I think this is a really interesting choice because if you recall, I reread this series a few years ago. Right. And it was not well received on Instagram that I was rereading this series because it didn't really stand the test of time in terms of some of its language. And I actually really liked the retelling Caroline because it is a more modern take on that with as told by the adult. But I'm really curious how they're going to do this one.
I'm hoping that what they're going to do is they're going to take this story, which is a true story and it's unbelievable. And I hope they will reframe it in a way that is more approachable for today's audience so that they can see, because really there's families like trip across the prairies to start a life in a new place is a really unbelievable story, and it's part of our country's heritage.
Totally. And I think that's why they chose to do it. Like it's kind of, we'll get into it with like why Reese chose it. Obviously there's a lot of of focus on American history, and I get why they want to do this in this particular time. I hope they did it with a lot of sensitivity. It just makes me nervous.
I think they did. I had a conversation with someone who is actually a producer.
Jackie got the ends
for some of these, but I think they did it with a lot of sensitivity. So it should be fair. I'm very curious.
Final one, Apple TV
is what?
Lucky by
Marissa Stampley. I loved Lightning Bottles.
Right.
I didn't read Lucky, but I loved Lightning Bottles. So I'm really excited to see how they adapt it. I feel like a lot of times with the new adaptations, they take maybe some of the things that the audience was unhappy about and they make some changes.
I feel like you're alluding to the fact that I read it and I didn't like it.
I was.
I think I gave it 2 stars. It was not for me.
So I'm curious.
I am curious, and Anya Taylor-Joy is doing it, which she's a phenomenal actress. So I do want to watch it. I think my husband loves this kind of a thing, so I'm going to watch it with him. It was a Reese pick. I think it was a Reese pick, Lucky. I think that's the whole reason I read it originally, because I should have known better. It's like a con artist, and there's all kinds of, I think it's actually going to translate from what I've seen in the trailer much better on the screen than in my brain, because my brain just doesn't do like fast chases, and I don't know.
Which maybe I would have loved it.
You might have. I really didn't. But
I know.
I really, really didn't. But I'm going to watch it anyway. So
good.
We can report back on that.
Perfect.
Let's get in the pick party.
Yes.
What do you say?
Okay. This month I feel like was a little bit weird and crazy. Usually we've read all the books and we know all the books. As of now, we still don't know
some of them.
And
this was the first month that like multiple book clubs were able to release it before spoilers came out.
Yes.
Which normally, Jenna will kind of squeeze in there because she has caught on to us. And so the week before, she started kind of announcing what it's going to be so people can pre-order it, which I think, by the way, is great. That's the whole purpose of what we do and why we do what we do. But yeah, so she snuck it in before anyone saw it.
Yes. And you a little bit had an idea about this one, right?
Well, it's interesting because she chose Shampoo Effect by Jenny Jackson. Jenny Jackson wrote Pineapple Street, which I had read. It was a GMA pick.
And you loved it.
I loved it. And I was looking back on our Looking Beyond, and I was like, I don't think this is going to be a pick, although the date says that it could be.
Yeah, and you had wanted it to be a pick because you really, really liked it. So
I did.
She was like, well, I really liked it, and the date sits, but I just don't think it's going to be, and then it was.
Right, because it's an odd, it was an odd time. We knew that it was either going to be on the 30th or the 7th for anybody releasing this. When it's like this on the 7th, some book clubs will go the full week and others are like, that's too long into the month. Right. Let me do it before. I loved it. I talked about it in the June Celebrity Book Spoilers because she was a previous pick. It's not really a beach read in that it's set over the course of the year. Sometimes it's snowing, but it's in a beach coastal town, if you will. Mm-hmm. And it revolves around a group of friends and a woman who is coming into the town for a writing program. She sort of infiltrates these friends because she's dating one of them. And just prior to dating her seriously, he got his like friend and occasional hookup pregnant. And so they're trying to navigate, can their relationship work? Is she going to fit into the group? Is she not going to fit into the group? Some stuff happens, some drama unfolds. It was a really fun one.
It sounds like a perfect pick for a book club in the summer.
Yes, it is. There's lots to talk about, but it's not too heavy.
Got it.
And the setting, sets the vibes.
Yes.
And her writing, it's not even so much the story that I really like. Her writing is just almost lyrical. It really paints a picture, and I can just pick out her writing. I just think she is phenomenal. And so I'm very glad that she chose this book, but she did manage to announce it before we found it out.
I know. Go figure.
Yep. So Reese, similarly.
Reese with a back pick, but not a huge back pick. She picked a book that published in May.
Yeah.
And it's 700 pages.
It's A Founding Mother by Stephanie Dre and Laura Kamoe. And it's about Abigail Adams, who was a first lady and then was the mom to another president, very involved in politics herself. 700 pages is a lot. And I've always wanted to read something from this duo. They've written about Eliza Hamilton.
Yes.
And another one, I can't think of who it like honestly might have been Martha Washington. I could be wrong. There's another one I'm thinking of in this series, but they're long.
It sounds like it's so good, and I really want to read it. But 700 pages of biographical fiction sometimes ends up being too much for me, especially in the summertime, because there's a lot of details that I have to remember in order to fully immerse myself in the story. And sometimes I find that pretty difficult.
Yeah, and I get that they wanted to do this. They wanted to choose this book because it's obviously for the 250.
100%.
Like totally, that's why she announced it before the 7th. I think she announced it on like the 2nd because it was like you could get it.
Yeah, and
it
I
was
love
already
it.
out.
What
I mean,
a
it's
good
like
choice.
it's a perfect choice. But I'm in the middle of Calamity Club, and that alone is 700 pages, and I can't do two at once.
Right.
So I would love to read it. I might read it later on in the year. It's a lot of characters to, I can tackle lots of books at the same time, but I can't do multiple tomes at the same time.
Tomes, good word.
Her other pick, her YA pick, is The Winged Game by Sophie Kim. It is about a game where you play rugby on winged beasts.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
And our female protagonist, she was like the best of the best, and then her rival like destroyed her career in like one game or something.
This feels more like a GMA YA pick.
I know,
it's a
doesn't
fantasy.
it? I know, but then he's gonna like rehabilitate her career as long as they fake date, which like they have to fake date in front of the cameras to try to like gain press and PR. But then like an illness comes for the
can
animals,
I read this one?
and they have to like work together to save the animals in the game.
Again, it sounds awesome. I can't wait. This totally sounds like a GMA YA.
I know. I'm a little shocked by this one, but like,
I love that. You know what? I love that. It's really, really fun, especially if people are like, I only love Reese and I want to read Reese's picks. I love that she's just changing it up a little bit.
Well, and with this Sunny, so now this is their, I think, fifth pick. So. But so far they've had a thriller, a romance, a horror.
Right.
And now a fantasy. So I feel like they're, kind of exposing us to a little bit of everything.
Which I love that.
With this new rebrand. So I like that.
So I read Country People.
Daniel Mason.
Again, I'm shocked that this was a GMA pick. Talk about like everybody having a little bit of a change of genre, because it was very literary fiction and a little bit of a satire. And I expect that more from maybe Jenna.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it is about a family who decides that they're moving to Vermont. The wife is a professor. She's very, very, very well known and very well respected. He's 42 and he's still trying to write his thesis. He's been writing his thesis for 12 years. He keeps changing whatever the thesis is. And so he really is a storyteller, and he's the one that takes care of the kids. And it's kind of this satire of his idea of like what country people are. And it's the story of the family like navigating this change. And it was funny and like very unexpected.
Okay.
And I really liked it, but it's very literary. He was totally not expecting that from GMA.
Interesting. Okay.
But I really liked it.
I feel like this is your kind of literary fiction. Like it's like super quirky, and I'm not at all surprised that you liked it. I'm really glad that you opted to read this one because
you would have hated it.
I think I would. I was trying to politely be like, I'm glad it was you and not me.
No, you would not have liked it at all. And I really did. I was like, what is this? But I just kept on reading it, and I was like, okay.
So we don't know the GMA YA yet. It's Sunday. Now we're releasing this on Thursday. I'm hoping they'll talk about it this week. They might not, though, because I don't know that they always announce both on the same day.
Yeah, I don't know.
So because Country People is going to be announced on Tuesday, I'm not really sure if they're going to announce the YA one also, or if maybe we'll be looking and talking about it next week with you guys.
Yeah.
So that could be a possibility. The other thing is Oprah. So in June, we didn't know at the beginning of the month.
Right.
And that was because she chose a book in mid-June. So will she choose another one mid-July? I don't know. But let's talk about the June pick because you started it.
I did. Little Wonder. Remind me the author.
Sophie Chen Keller. And this is part of Jenna's imprint.
Yes, which I love that for Jenna so much. And I just feel like it speaks to the way that she just loves books. So this book is so good. This book is so sad.
Oh no. I saw it. It's like a mom and a child get separated or something.
Yes. And I did not realize that this story was not historical fiction. The story is dual timeline from, I think it's 2004 moving forward and 2016 moving forward. It starts off with a woman and her son. They are moving to Beijing with all of their stuff because her son's a musical prodigy, and she's taking him to study with a new music teacher. And they get separated in the train station, and she spends years trying to find him. And you think, how could this even happen in 2016? Like, how could that happen? And yet it happens. I don't want to give away how it happens, but they're totally separated. And she spends years looking for him. And then it goes back to kind of how they got there. And it's heart-wrenching and beautifully written and devastating. So again, I
would have cried just thinking about it.
I am not a crier. If I tell you that like my heart was pounding from the beginning, it was just so sad and so well written. But so you need a lot of Kleenexes.
I saw Oprah talking about it, and she was like, I didn't understand, because she was picturing like a train station in New York. And then she looked up this train station, and you totally could understand how you would get separated in this like massive, insane
with
train
the pushing
station
and the shoving and the people traveling and getting separated, and like corrupt police officers and crime and the way they look down at poor people. And it kind of was very eye-opening. And I thought that this was a historical fiction, and it's not.
Wow, that's wild. Well, I guess we'll report back on the GMA YA pick, and if Oprah ever picks something for July, we'll chat with you about that too. In the meantime, let's talk about the previous authors.
Yes.
Previous Celebrity Book Club pick authors who have new releases coming out.
Yes. So the first one, our favorite, Jo Piazza. She has her new book, The Parisian Heist, and her book that was chosen. Who chose it?
I think it was GMA.
Oh, GMA. We are not like them.
Yes. The Parisian Heist is about a group of girls, a group of artists in Paris who are studying, and they can't make their rent. They're trying to do what they can to make money. One of them is working for the widow of an art dealing family. So
I thought you were about to say you're like an art dealing family.
So they are these billionaire art dealers, and the kids of her husband want to cut her out. And it turns out that she helped build this entire dynasty, and they're going to screw her out of her money, out of her art, out of her role in the business because of the prenup with his ex-wife. And so she wants to hire these girls to steal a Vincent van Gogh painting, which is really funny, obviously, because Jo announced this book right at the same time that the Louvre had a heist.
Yes.
And so this is about like a heist at the Louvre. But then, and this is crazy. So it's like this thriller, this like, will they, won't they cat and mouse game in the present day. But the other half of the story, its dual timeline, is a historical biographical fiction about Jo Van Gogh, who was the wife of Theo, Vincent's brother. And she's really the reason that he's famous.
Right.
They come together in a very odd way at the end that I don't want to tell you about. It's not odd, but it's like, you're like, how is this timeline from this present day going to relate to 100 years ago? And it does in the end, but it's really just, you're seeing Jo's drive, and she's like trying to do it. And so it's totally almost two genres of books in one.
Which I love that.
And only Jo Piazza could pull this off.
Only her. And
I feel very lucky, very honored, because I was on my way to a wedding back in October, and I had said like, oh my God, like she announced the book, and I was like, I really want to read it. And she was like, do you want to be a beta reader? And so she sent it to me when it was not done, and I got to give her some edits, and that was like a career highlight for me. So
which it should be. 100%.
I got to read it a very long time ago.
I love that.
I'm curious to read it again and see like what changed and what didn't.
Okay, so the next one we have is Chanel Cleaton has her book coming out, An Infinite Love Story. And she was Read with Jenna pick.
She was a Reese Witherspoon pick for Next Year in Havana, which I loved. And all of her books are about Cuba for a while.
Yes.
Had some relation to Cuba. But you read this new one.
Yeah, which has nothing to do with Cuba. It is about the space race in the 1960s. So it's very interesting because it shows a woman and her husband, and then it goes back to how they've met. It starts off and his spacecraft has lost contact with mission control. And so it moves forward from there, hour by hour of what's going on. And then it goes back to the past, how they met. So this is a real departure for her. You have to not be afraid of reading about space to read this book.
In other words, it's not for me because I don't mess with space.
Right. That was my nice way of saying you shouldn't read it because it is in space and the spacecraft is lost. So if that's a thing for you, then
no, thank you. Hard pass. Love you, Chanel. I've read like every other one of her books, but I will not read this one. So that's okay. Personal. We all got our weird kink, and mine is I can't handle space. I'll never see Project Hail Mary. I'll never read it. I don't like it.
Project Hail Mary is so good. It was so good. It was phenomenal. We bought it. We've watched it as a family. Like
my kids have seen it. Like they don't know that I have this fear, but I'm going to keep it on the DL. But I can't even watch. Like I took them to see Elio.
Yeah.
When
you can't watch a cartoon about space?
I really did not. I was deeply uncomfortable watching that movie.
Wow.
Deeply uncomfortable.
Wow. Okay.
This little kid's up in space, and I am like, why did I agree to watch this movie? Yeah, I can't. I really can't.
Project Hail Mary was outstanding. It was like my favorite movie of the last few years. What else do we got?
Okay, then we have another one on your TBR.
Yes,
Dominion.
yes, by Jean Kwok. I'm really excited about this one. It's a fantasy. I can't wait. And her last book was not a fantasy.
No, Searching for Sylvia Lee, which was a Read with Jenna pick, was, I'm pretty sure, like a literary mystery or something.
Yeah, so
Talk about a departure.
I know. I love that.
I love a well-rounded author.
Anyone that can write any genre is impressive to me. To be able to have the imagination to throw multiple genres out there and be like, hey, I'm all good with thriller, fantasy, historical fiction. Like, wow.
Well, you could say that about another one on our list, Sylvia Moreno Garcia.
Yes, yeah.
Her newest, The Intrigue, is coming out, which is like a thriller. Might even be a historical thriller. I could be wrong. But she's all over the map.
Yes. Like she's written like Gothic.
Right, Mexican Gothic.
Yeah.
And then you read The Gods of...
Jade and Shadow?
Yeah, which is, I'm assuming, fantasy.
Yeah.
And I read the one that she was chosen for. The GMA pick was The Seventh Veil of Salome, which was a historical fiction, but also an old Hollywood kind of thriller situation. She writes all over the map. And then there's some that I can just tell from the cover are like horror that I want no parts of.
Yeah, but she's a great writer.
I know. So imaginative.
Yeah.
And this one actually looks good to me. So I would read this one. But she's one that it's like, I want to read her work, but I have to be really careful because I know that some of it's going to hit okay. But I read the description on this and I was like, this one I can read.
The final one is Cool Machine, which is Colson Whitehead. He was an Oprah Book Club choice for The Underground Railroad.
And he's won like 2 Pulitzer Prizes.
Yeah. I love his writing. I just love his writing. The Underground Railroad and The Nickel Boys. Oh, my goodness gracious. Those books. If you have not read those books, you must. But this one is the third in the series and takes place in Harlem.
Harlem Rhapsody? But I'm thinking that's a book by Victoria Christopher Murphy.
No, it's we'll figure it out. But it's the third in the series. I read the first one. I liked it, not my favorite, and I didn't feel the need to read the second one. So I probably am not going to read this one, but he's an outstanding writer.
Well, that's really it. I mean, July is kind of a lighter month in general for releases. It's this awkward month, I think, because it's 100 degrees over here where we are, and we're getting Halloween books. I came home from St. Michael's to 2 children's Halloween books on my doorstep. And on the way home, I'm listening to another one. And I recently, do you know this is like rebranded? So you know how I was on the Hallmark channel the other day and they have Christmas in July. Do you know what they're calling this time period now when they release these Halloween books? Because they have to release them months in advance. Summerween. How funny is that? Summerween. So it's apparently Summerween already.
Which I thought we were into Christmas because my stack of Christmas books is this high.
I know. But we are actually, like, we are reading some of Christmas, but they are actually coming out. Like, Halloween books are now being released and you're able to get them on shelves, which one of my bookmarks later this month may be a Halloween book, which is kind of funny. But yeah, so the Summerween is flowing, but that makes it a little bit challenging. I'm not surprised there's not that many new releases to really chat about this month because it's like thrillers, haunted houses.
Which is funny that you say that because my bookmark this week is a thriller.
Oh, okay. Well, tell us about it.
And it's a YA thriller.
Ooh.
And but it does come out, I think it might actually already be out. It is Thornbird by E. Kennedy, who is L. Kennedy.
Of off-campus fame.
Yes. So this one is more appropriate for a YA audience, which I love that she's now doing YA thriller. Again, writing romance and then switching from a spicy romance to a YA thriller, like, good for her. And her books are so readable.
Mm-hmm.
They're so readable. They just go really, really fast. So this one is about a girl whose father was a serial killer. And okay. And so she had been living away and now needs to move back with her family. But everybody knows who her father is. So they've had to change her name because, like, the town it's like a smaller town. The town was devastated by these murders. Okay. So she's moving back to the town. She's pretending to be the other side of the family when really her mother was the last victim from her father. And so she's moving back in with her aunt. She has her two cousins. She's getting along really well. She meets these people, but the 10-year anniversary of the day that he was captured is coming up. He is set to he's on death row and he's set to die. And so you have like these podcasters and all these people trying to figure out like where the bodies are because no one could ever find the bodies.
Oh boy.
And they are trying to find out what happened to the daughter. She's the daughter. She doesn't want anyone to know that it's her. And so I was listening to it, but I think I listened to it in a day. It was really, really fun, really entertaining. So good. I love the fact that she just like switched it up. I mean, it is a little like steamy, but like appropriate for YA.
So there's romance in it.
Yep, there's some romance in it. You've got everything. So
this feels like a crazy departure. Like this woman wrote Off Campus and is writing about a serial killer.
Yeah.
Like, okay.
And it was good. And there were like clues, and it's kind of and there's like a podcaster and they're trying to figure it out. I mean, it's a wild ride.
I love a podcast novel.
Yeah. I mean, it's the whole thing. It was a wild ride.
Wow. So clearly you liked it because it's your bookmark. So
yeah, I did. I loved it.
All right, guys, if you're into Off Campus, get out there. Or if you like a YA thriller, go compare the two.
I want to know everyone that's read the Off Campus, because I think right now everyone has read the Off Campus.
Everyone.
I would like you guys to read this book and then tell me what you think.
Well, that is pretty much our episode. We talked about the next episode is going to be Good Morning America.
Oh, I'm excited for this.
A deep dive into that.
Yes.
Including our favorite picks. We want to know your favorite of their picks over the years, because I love to see what you guys think. I mean, a lot of times they correspond with ours, but every once in a while there's one that you guys throw out that we haven't read yet. Yeah. So I really, really, really want to know what your favorites are from Good Morning America. We're going to do it in our PJs. So we will invite you all to our PJ party next week, our PJ party.
And that's it. So like, follow, subscribe, and happy reading.